Morning, 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 joy bells and whistles. God bless you this morning. We have made it. We have made it. If we can't give God nothing else but glory for making it halfway through the week. Oh, we know that the beginning of the week might have started off a little rough for you. But we just know that today is middle of the week, is what we call here on Joy in the Morning, Win Wednesday. And we just gonna make it happen today. In spite of all that we might have stumbled across since Monday, we still in it to win it. We don't just throw in the towel. We discover who we are, what we made of, and we keep it pushing. That's what we do here on Joy in the Morning. We just keep it moving. There's nothing else that we can do but express joy by knowing that we still have the ability to keep it moving. In the midst of it all, we got to still keep it moving. How about that Monday's message on self-discovery? A part of my maybe sounding repetitious is for you guys to understand that we are the center of our joy. And if we don't know who we are and the things that causes us to be distracted from it, we'll never get to experience joy. You'll never get to experience joy on the level that I'm experiencing this, is because I had to go through a self-discovery. I had to discover my likes, my dislikes. I had to discover the things that move me and the things that have stopped me from moving. You will not experience joy in this specific dispensation of life until you know who you are. So hopefully from Monday to today that we had a chance just to reflect on who are we? You know, who are you outside of honey, babe, sweetheart? Who are you outside of mommy, mom, grandmother, nana? The accolades that comes with identifying who you are to that specific person. But who are you to you? Who are you to you? Do you know who you are to yourself? A lot of times we don't. We just go about answering the names. How many times we in the mall or we somewhere and somebody call a name and you answer? They're not even talking to you, but there's somebody else has a name like yours. But we are so prone to hearing our name to where we answer, but not focusing in on who's calling us. Do the voice sound familiar to us? Or is that just somebody calling our name? Because we ain't discovered, right, who we are. So that way we just have a tendency to answer and respond and rock out according to whatever we think may be what somebody else wants. Well, Joy in the Morning is all about getting you to get what you need and what you want, and doing away with the things that you don't need and the things you don't want. We got to figure that out here, because I want you to get some of this joy. You know, it's lonely up here experiencing and expressing joy and having a full understanding of what that is. Oh, this is Joy in the Morning with your girl, Jusleespeaks. I'm just trying to get you some joy around here. I'm trying to get you to understand that it don't matter what your circumstances are or your situations, but Joy in the Morning is here to help you overcome all those troubling situations or things that may be stopping you from even smiling or even trying to muster up the ability. Sometimes we can get so discombobulated. Sometimes we can get so lost in what's going on the outside to where we forget about what we carrying on the inside. Oh, we full of life. We full of love. We full of joy. We full of happiness. We full of peace. We full of it. That's who we are. We are the tree, the branches. We are all that. But when we don't know who we are, when we don't know who we are, oh, excuse me, you guys. Oh, Jesus. When we don't know who we are, we have a tendency to allow every wind and doctrine. We just jump on board. Anything that's moving, we going too. Oh, I'm going. But when you know who you are, you have a little bit more control. We talking about regulating today. I don't know if you guys know. We talking about being a regulator today. A regulator over your own thoughts. We talking about control. We talking about self-control. Being a regulator, controlling your every move, your every win, your every doctrine. Because in order for us to take self-control over ourselves, we got to first know who we are. We have to know how to control the person that we are. And we control the elements in the areas of our life that we have no control over. Because it's going to take us a moment to sit down and think about the do's and the don'ts, the have and the have-nots. the final went off last night for all the have and have not fans, but the have and have nots. You got to learn who they are in your life. You got to control the things that come and go in and out your life. Because if you don't, you won't experience joy. You won't have no happiness. You won't have no peace. You won't have anything. But let me give you a little bit on self-control this morning. What the Webster say. And maybe some of what I say, huh? But self-control is the ability to regulate your own thoughts, your own mindset, and your actions and your behaviors. That's what self-control is. Once you discover who you are, then you take control over who you are. You allow the things that you know that really irritate you, you got to learn how to control or walk away from it. Oh, we talking about control, regulating your life around here. We're talking about getting you some joy in the morning. And if you capture it in the morning, it'll last you all day long. I'm just here to tell you, I wasn't always in this place, but I had to experience and understand what joy was. And with that meant I had to take control of my thoughts. I had to take control of my actions. Oh, honey, let me tell you something. 2005, my older sister came down with brain cancer. And from 2005 to 2021, I went through a transformation. My sister shared with me right before she passed away that I needed to handle my business. I needed to take some control. I needed to regulate the life that I was living and control my behavior and my actions and my thoughts and get in alignment with who I am. Meaning, go somewhere and sit down and figure out who you are. Feel your pulse. Let your mind wander. But then you take control over on them thoughts. You don't have to let everything that come into your mindset or everything that come into your eye gate or your ear gate, you don't have to allow that to move you. We're talking about self-control. We're talking about regulating yourself today in order for you to have this joy in the morning. And we're talking about joy every morning. Because I'm going to tell you something about this joy. This joy will help you get through so many things because you'll think about your strength. You'll think about who's causing you to stand, not fall. Because we talked about last week about the people that's able to cause us to fall. That's because we don't have self-control or we don't quite know who we are. And we find ourselves in an atmosphere or in a circle of people that mean you no good. And we're there being controlled. But every time they want to do something, you find yourself doing it. But in reality, you really don't. But you don't want to be cast out. You don't want to look bad. You don't want to feel bad. You don't want to be talked about. So you have a tendency to go along, to get along. Well, I'm here to tell you that it's time for you to regulate your life. It's time for you to stop, let your yes be yeses and your no's be no's. It's time for you to stop allowing certain behaviors and activities that you know that goes against who you are as a person, as a human being, to rise up and cause you to lose your joy. How many of y'all woke up with yesterday on y'all? Angry about something somebody said or did to you yesterday. Do you know yesterday will never come into today? The only why yesterday come into today is because you bring it in. We're talking about regulating today. We're talking about regulating your mindset. Stop choosing to have the negativity in your mind or in your life when you can choose to not even allow that stuff to interfere with you. To not even allow that stuff to even come into your environment, into your arena. Oh, we got to be careful. We got to be the owner. We got to be the workers. We got to be everything when it comes to ourselves. We have to regulate and control everything that comes inside of our heads. When we allow other people to put things in outside of us that causes us to hurt somebody else, that means because we don't have no control. We have no self-control. How many times y'all done went off on people because somebody called and said something to y'all that somebody else said? Because you allowed something that you didn't even hear affect you. We talking about self-control today. We talking about stop allowing what you hear and what you see to always cause you to have an emotional response. We talking about we talking about, I'm sorry. We talking about self-control. I lost control there just for a moment. You see how fast we can do that? I just completely lost the chain of thought. And I had to think about it. I had to control my mind to bring me back. Oh, I don't know about y'all, but if y'all pay attention, God do a lot of moving and grooving and shucking and jiving with me when I be on here these little 10 minutes. Y'all need to pay attention to how God moves. Because, honey, I just instantly lost all control of my thoughts. But then I had to think about what I was thinking about to bring it back. Some of us need to stop and think about what we're thinking about so that we'll be able to come back and bring it back, okay? That's what we're doing over here. We're talking about joy in the morning and how to have it and how to keep it and how to share it. This is what we're talking about today. We're talking about being a regulator of your own thoughts. We're talking about learning how to control what you do. We're talking about learning how to identify with who you are so that you can control your actions. So when Friday comes, when we're talking about self-destruction, we'll understand where it comes from because we don't know who we are and we have no control. God bless you today. This is your girl, Juslee. I hope something I have said have inspired, have encouraged, have empowered, have uplifted you to not only to stop and take a look at who you are, but also to have and gain self-control. Gotta do that in order to experience joy. I love you. I love you on this Win-Win Wednesday, and we're going to see what it do on Friday. Look forward to seeing you on Friday. God bless you, and you guys have an awesome, awesome, dynamite day. And whatever you do, I want you to be a winner at it. Don't you let nothing and nobody steal your joy. God bless you, and I love you.